Hello, this is Steven. I want to talk about upcoming court date with the estate and what's going on as we have a probate date in court on the 14th, next Tuesday. So I ask that people pray about that. So what's going on? Well, there are some people who saw the will and were there when it was being composed and put together, witnessed it, and I think that's important. And they're planning on coming to court and say, "Hey, look, this will is legit. We were there when it was being written. We saw the process of its composition. We discussed with my father, Philip Missick, and my stepmother, Marianne, their wishes while they were writing it. So, yeah, people who were there when it was written, and they're going to testify what it said. Witnesses of them, and they're helping Dad and Marianne as they were writing the will. So I think that's important. It just needs to be. I wish we just execute the will. The other issue is what happened is, my father and stepmother, and they're dying, and we have the stepbrother and stepsister specifically goes in there and plunders the house. It's like she thinks the property is worth far more than it actually is, but it's like, I want money. And my mother's dying, my stepfather's dying, and so their plan is to go in there and take all the legal records and documentation so that they can make a claim on the property to prevent their will from being executed. So I'm suing them, going to court, because you can't just do that. You can't just go in there and try to steal an entire state by plundering the house and taking. It's like, I don't want the will executed, so therefore I'm going to go in there and I'm going to steal it. I'm going to steal all the documentation. Like I said, Dad Marianne didn't write. They're not the only people. Well, she has the drafts of the will. Stepsister does, but she's not like the only person that had access to that. And she thinks there's not other people that participated with them as they composed the will and discussed its contents, and actually saw the documents. Not me, but other people who don't have a vested interest in it. They're just friends of the family who discussed, and their dad talked about his intents for the property all the time anyway. It's this idea that it's a refuge for the family. And that's the whole idea why he got the property in the first place. So pray about this situation. And there's like contention. There's other issues. My uncle's in very poor health. After Dad Marianne passed away, I guess the family came together for the funeral. But I'm on my own trying to keep the church going, trying to maintain the property. There are other people that they don't want to help unless they get something. I guess I can understand that. you know, Not doing it for the family, but for if I get something out of it, I'll help out. Otherwise, screw you, type thing. Um, and like I said, that my uncle's right now, his health is deteriorating. He's 72 years old. He's just not in very good health. He's got congestive heart failures, and it's kind of a burden taking care of him. I hope he's able to receive treatment, improve, but really haven't. He's kind of going up and down. Sometimes it seems like he's going on a downward trajectory. So just pray about this court appearance. I think it's this. They're probably just gonna. I doubt everything is going to be, you know, finalized. On the 14th. Who knows? It could happen. Like I said, we go to probate. Anything can happen. Um, it's they could take the estate and give it to this woman who did this. But we do have the court appearance that where I'm going to hold her accountable. I can't just sit back and let myself be burglarized like that. And I have documentation of what she did and what she took. So I need to confront her for what she did. I can't just sit by and let her get away with it. So that's going to happen too. So just pray that everything goes well, and that justice is done, and Dad's and Marianne's will and intentions are honored. Like I said, Dad didn't get the properties to get rich scheme for these people. It's like I said, it's for the family. So, and like I said, there's a lot of contention, controversy, and it's difficult. One of my family members came over here and tried to agitate me into a fist fight. Just yelling and screaming at me, banging on the door of my car, trying to put dents in, trying to bust out my window over, I don't know. I'm just trying to hold everything together and I'm going to do the best I can in the bad circumstances. So anyway, pray about it. Everything work out for the best. I got Ruby the cat. She probably wants food, so she's acting silly. So yeah, hold us in prayer, the whole family. Pray for unity and graciousness and kindness and justice. You can't. No, I don't think it's Christian to allow people to take advantage of you or just sit by it and allow harm to be done to you unjustly. I don't think that's a Christian thing to do. Sometimes you have to stand up and fight for yourself, your own interest against people who are seeking you harm, people who have bad motivations, or who are motivated by greed, selfishness, and don't have a moral conscience or center. It's just self-serving. So I pray about the situation, that everything be resolved in the best way possible. So pray for the congregation, church, and I guess me and my family as we try to go through this process. So thank you and God bless you.